hold on one sec. Okay. So Alicia's welcome. This is our Coach Basics team call, and so Alicia just asked, you know, if you talk to somebody about coaching, when to follow up without seeming too pushy and things like that. And so a perfect time would be, you know, if say a week went by, and or if it's right now when like our coach sneak peek is going on, you could always have just used that and say, hey girl, like I know we chatted and I don't know if you're interested or even if it's for you or not, but you know, I'd love to have you just check it out. And this group explains what we do as a coach and answers a lot of your questions. You know, so I'm just going to add you, and you can, you know, just check in there, and then I'll catch up with you later this week. And I don't even ask people to add them anymore because some people don't respond to my messages right away, and then they miss 3 days and I don't want to add them. So, you know, what I've been doing this time around that's different is I said, you know, hey girl, and I think I posted this in the Ren Pink group of how I messaged them, and I just said, I just think that you can be awesome, and I know I've told you before that you'd make a great coach, and so we've got this 5-day group. It explains it a little bit better, and it breaks it into little small chunks, so that might be better for your busy schedule. I'm sorry, I don't know why my computer's so dark right now. And so I'm just going to add you to the group, and you can check it out, and then I'll check in with you next week. You know, and I just let them know I'm adding you to this group. And I had one girl that just now responded today. She's like, oh, great, yeah, thanks so much for adding me. I've been looking at the post. You know, so she hasn't commented or liked on the post, but if I would have waited for her to say, yeah, sure, add me, then I would have been way behind, and then she may have gotten overwhelmed with posts and not caught up with them. So always use that to your advantage. And two, you can always return, you know, go back to it and just say, hey, girl, I know we chatted in the past, and I don't know if it's for you or not, but every time I see your post, I'm just like, gosh, she needs to be a coach. She's amazing, you know. So, I didn't know if you're free this week, but I'd love to chat and just, you know, kind of answer some of your questions and tell you how coaching has really just been fun for me, and it's just been something that I enjoy doing, and I'd love to share that with you. And just don't be afraid to get on the phone with her because your schedule is so busy. That's kind of cool. Instead of having like a 5-day conversation waiting for somebody to get back and forth, you know, you can just be like, hey, you know, can you just give me like 30 minutes, you know, 20 or 30 minutes, and we'll chat, you know, what day Tuesday or what time Tuesday or Wednesday is good for you, you know, kind of thing. And just get on the phone with them, and you know, and if you don't know a question, an answer to a question as a new coach, that's fine. Like, oh, yeah, well, the cool thing is you don't have to know everything as a coach. So I'll write that down, and I'll ask my mentor, and I'll get back to you. And people are totally cool with that. Like, that's just one other thing. Like, you learn as you go. You don't have to be perfect, you know, kind of thing.
Right.
So, yeah. So get on the phone with people. And Alicia, this is Debbie. Debbie's, Nikki's your sponsor, right?
Yeah.
Nikki, okay, so her sponsor's kind of inactive. She had a lot on her plate and, you know, kind of went inactive. So Debbie, I feel like you've just kind of maybe got forgotten about. And so I feel bad because Nikki's busy. And so I really want to try to reach out to you and see how I can help you. So Debbie has one coach, and she's really just kind of working on herself right now. But, you know, and you said that she struggles with self-confidence a lot and she wants to work on that. Well, coaching has been, let me turn off my Facebook. Hold on one second. Coaching has been like hands down one of the best things for my self-confidence with coaching, because you can honestly just kind of like, you know, when I'm struggling with something, don't compare yourself to others. Like, I'm looking at this girl and I think, oh my gosh, she looks so great. I wish I looked like that. I make a post of not comparing yourself to other people and only comparing yourself to you yesterday. So, you know, just kind of continuously encourage her. Like, the cool thing about coaching is you don't have to pretend you're perfect. And when you're struggling with something, you encourage other people with that. And it kind of is like, it reminds you like, hey, you don't need to be so, you know, hard on yourself. So I would just kind of send her little messages like that here and there, Debbie. I have a couple things. I've done so much personal development today. I literally, like, I haven't done it in like a week, so I did so much today. So I took a bunch of notes that I can go over, but first I wanted to see if you guys have any particular questions. Since I do just have the two of you, you know, feel free to pick my brain if there's anything that you're struggling with that I can help you with.
I'm just gonna, not really in particular right now, just because until next week, I haven't really been doing enough research to come up with a whole lot of questions. And like, I want to do all my research and stuff before I just bombard you with a million questions.
Oh, girl, I don't care about that.
No, I know. But I want to try and figure, at least like see what I can figure out on my own. So for right now, just like that one girl, and then just having you critique my conversations is really helpful.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, cool. Debbie, anything from you?
I guess since I haven't really been through the new coach process, because I guess I just kind of dumped in and Nikki wasn't really able to guide me, what should I be showing Jamie? Like, what should I be focusing on for her and not, like, overwhelm her? Because I know that she's really wanting to work more on, like I said, self-image. She's gained, unfortunately, a lot of weight. She used to be in the military, and she got married, and they settled, and, it happens. But, she told me that she's at her heaviest and she really feels down about herself. So she's trying to work on that, but I kind of want to like introduce her to some of the coaching stuff that we need to be working on. So what, I guess, how can I guide her?
I would put her in the Coach Basics group. Are you in that group?
No.
Okay. Yeah, oh girl, it's so helpful. It's just like 3 to 5 minute videos a day, because like little calls like this, like I can tell you more information, but if you were a new coach signing up and I just wanted to like tell you everything I knew, like you'd be like, nope, I'm quitting, no thank you. So that's why I love Coach Basics, because every day there's something else that I feel is really important for coaches that I want to get across to them that maybe I haven't, in the one call I've had with them or whatever it is so far. So just what I would tell her is add her to the Coach Basics group and be like, hey, we're on like day 12. You can pick up where we left off, or if you want to catch up a couple days, it's only like, 3 to 5 minute videos each day. But what I really love about this group is that you just learn a little bit about the coaching opportunity at a time. And I know that your biggest focus is working on you. But the cool thing is that, why don't we get your Shakeology paid for and just encourage a couple people, each month to do it with you, and then we can get your Shakeology paid for. And this group is really supportive. And so when you're feeling self-conscious about certain things, you can express your thoughts in there, and we're all going to be there for you. So today what I did, and I feel like sometimes like the Run Pink, Run Happy group can be a little overwhelming for new coaches. So maybe today what I created was a group where I'm just posting stuff in there that like I want you to know. So maybe just add her to that one and then slowly work her into the other group. But yeah, what I have all my coaches do before I get on the phone with them is watch the Be Your Boss video, and that's in the pinned post. And then I have them listen to a Getting Started Right call that I have recorded, and that's like 40 minutes long. And that covers so much stuff. It covers why Success Club is non-negotiable, why you win free stuff with Success Club, what forming is, how to talk to people. So I would just, say, hey, like just pick away at it a little bit at a time, and this business can be huge. You can pay for your Shakeology or you can quit your job with it. So it's really totally up to you, and I just want to give you the tools that you need to be successful. So yeah, I will add you to that when I'm off this call, Debbie. But yeah, and Debbie, I want you to literally just pretend like I'm your personally sponsored upline coach. Like I want you to come to me with anything, because like kind of just this last week, I was like trying to make a list of people that either their upline isn't really working or things like that. And so you came to mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like she just got forgotten about. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I work with Nikki, so I see her every day anyway.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, we talk about Beachbody and everything, but I know that, with kids, and she's coaching soccer and everything else, she's got her hands.
Yeah. Tell her to respond to my messages, that turd.
I will.
Good. Okay, so I just am going to go, let's see, I don't know how much time we have left. Okay, it's 15. So I did a couple Zoom calls. I watched Amy Silverman and then Christina Delgado, and they're both top coaches. I think Christina Delgado is like the #1 in Puerto Rico. because we can have coaches in Canada, U.S., and Puerto Rico, and then Amy Silverman has been one of the top 10 coaches like the last 2, maybe 3 years. So I'm just going to kind of go through here and say some of the things that I found from them. So, okay, so which one was this? Oh, crap. This is Amy Silverman. So she is really fun. She's got a bunch of tattoos. Her hair is always crazy. She's really like happy-go-lucky. And she talked about how, like, yeah, she makes good money and she travels like 2 weeks, 1 to 2 weeks out of the month every month. And, you know, she's got this awesome life now. But for the first like 2 years of her business, she didn't pay a lot of attention to her husband. Her, you know, relationship was on the back burner. She really sacrificed a lot to get there. And so, you know, she talks about how she found time to do it, but she is somebody that came from, like, she, you know, was a waitress. She dropped out of college. She, you know, just was like, I'm not going to make more money with what I'm going to school for than the potential of this. And so, Alicia, you'll really relate to her, too, with a lot of, you know, the things she said. And, you know, her and her husband's relationship was like hi-bye because they were opposite schedules. And, you know, that's how Matt and I were, and that was why my biggest goal was to quit my job, because he was sleeping when I left and I was sleeping when he got home every day. And it sucks. But, you know, and even when he did have off, like, I worked and I got home probably around 5:30, and then I did my workout, and then I worked Beachbody for 3 or 4 hours because I knew that if I was consistent, I could quit my job and then I didn't have to deal with that shit anymore. So she talked about finding a balance, and you have to work on it. You know, you have to be conscious of when you're going to work. You have to unplug certain times. You know, you have Facebook messages, you have notifications, you have emails that you may need to answer. But if I know that I'm going to sit down and watch a movie with Matt, I used to bring my phone along with me and, you know, oh yeah, I'm watching this movie, da, da, da. And now he, like, and one time he told me, like, I am not going to watch another movie by myself while you're on the phone. And that was like such an eye-opener to me. I was like, okay, I am an a-hole and I'm not paying attention to him. So, you know, and even now he's a lot more understanding right now because he's home and, you know, he's home and he's making less money. So like today he was like, get upstairs, go make us some money, you know, but like, you know, when we are on a strict time schedule, I know that, like, I'm going to spend quality time with him for this hour to hour and a half, and I need to make sure I find time to do my stuff around that. So yeah, she said it took her 2 years with consistent hard work to get where she is every day, and, you know, find time blocks to fit it in, and you have to see your vision before it even has a chance of coming true. And so my vision was to quit my job, and Kelly kept posting about it, and it made me so irritated. I was like, this girl needs to stop tagging me and stuff and saying I'm going to quit my job because it's not going to happen in January. And because she did, I was like, okay, I don't want to make a liar out of her. And so I actually started to see, like, myself working at home and making my own schedule and having, you know, to be able to hang out with Matt and, you know, things like that. And I actually really, like, visualized it. I visualized what I was going to do to our extra bedroom to make it an office. I visualized, like, how I was going to make it happen. And that's when it really started clicking and really started coming true. So figure out that big why and try to visualize it. And every day, like, remind yourself, you know, and also do, you know, a mantra every day. I have mine above my computer. It says, I am enough, I am smart, strong, beautiful, and caring, and I am worthy of love. And I say that every day, and it's so corny, but it just makes me smile as I read it. And, you know, so think of your vision, think of a mantra, and tell us, and, like, picture it each and every day. And think about, like, what freedom means to you. Like, for me, freedom is not having to drive through rush hour traffic, is to work when I want to, wearing what I want, not putting on makeup, you know, not brushing my hair. I think I brushed my teeth today, but it's been so long I don't even remember, you know, like... So having the freedom and you picking, you know, what you do each day. And so make personal development a priority. When I have girls that say they're doing this and say they're doing that and something's not clicking, I'm like, are you doing your personal development? They're like, well, that is the key. I don't care if it's 10 minutes a day. Everybody has 10 minutes. So for me, I shoot for 30 minutes, but everybody has 10 minutes a day. So whether it's in the car, whether it's, you know, while you're getting ready for work, you know, getting ready for bed, whatever. You know, there's so many. There's books, there's audiobooks, there's YouTube channel. I shared Kelly's YouTube channel today. She's got so many. All her team calls are on there. So, and in your online office, there's a ton too. So there's no excuse, no matter how broke you are, there's so much free stuff that you never have to spend a dime. But yeah, honestly, personal development changed my business because I used to say, oh, wouldn't that be great if one day I could quit my job, but I'll never be able to do that. And then personal development changed me to, I can't wait to quit my job. I know I'm going to, and then I'm going to bring that home. So that was really huge, to make personal development a priority. If you want to be serious in this business, if you just want to pay for your Shakeology, cool, then maybe not. But if you want to make a successful business where you can pay off debt and you can change lives, personal development is a priority. I love this quote. She said, Jeff Hill actually said this, and he's one of our, the president of global sales, I think, and he's always on the national wake-up calls. You have to have periods of imbalance in your life to get balance. And that's so true, because, you know, and that goes along to her saying, like, I ignored my husband for like a year. And I'm not saying to do that, but that's what it takes for her to get to top 10. Top 10 may not be your goal. But for me, like, I want to be top 50. I want to be a 5-star diamond because mostly, one, I want to get those quarterly bonuses so I can start paying off debt, because that's one of my really big whys. But, you know I need to sacrifice, and I need to find a balance, because I went an entire year where I didn't see, you know, my husband. So because I had that imbalance, that makes me want it even more and help me find a way to make it happen. And then don't waste 6 months of your life. If you've been a coach and you've been talking to people and then you're like, oh, I just don't think it's for me, like, there's no point in you quitting after you have all of those people that are clients, that are potential coaches. Like, it will happen if you're being consistent. So don't look back and be like, I'm going to throw in the towel. It's not going to happen with me, because you've just wasted hours and hours and hours and hours of your life, when you know that in the long term, you can get so much return on your investment, and just, you can change your life with it. And she also said, like, success isn't really, I mean, say you're top 10 coach, or say, you know, you're making X amount of dollars. That's nothing if you don't have relationships. So focus on building relationships, you know, with your clients, with your customers, with your coaches. Like, honestly, like, our coaches, our team is so important to me. Like, I would rather talk to our coaches half the time than, like, my own family. Like, they just make me so happy. Like, I love that we have this awesome little support group of people that are very like-minded and positive. So focus on those relationships, you know, add other coaches, you know, get involved in challenge groups. The best way to be a coach is to be the best challenger that you know, if you saw somebody that was like posting every day and sharing this and sharing that, that makes me so happy. One, I'm like, that person's going to be a coach. And two, I'm like, I am so excited that they are enjoying this so much. So be that person and inspire other people. And, you know, making, you know, Facebook posts about it too. Here's my sweaty selfie. Here's my meal for the day. People are going to be like, what are you doing? I love your lifestyle change. So yeah, so just be like the best challenger you could possibly picture. And this was huge to me. Just because you're on your phone does not mean you're building your business. Just because you're on Facebook does not mean you're building your business. Like, there's so many times where I'm like, oh, I'm doing this, this, and this. I'm like, no, you're scrolling through your Facebook newsfeed and thinking, maybe I'll find somebody that says posting something that they want to lose weight, or, you know, like, it's fine to scroll. I give myself a 3-minute, like, maximum, though, because, you know, otherwise I would just sit there forever. So, hello. So yeah, so when you're on your phone, I want you to focus on, or when you're on Facebook, I want you to focus on things that are going to build your business and make you money. You know, schedule a power hour. Schedule calls with me if you're, you know, not sure what your power hour should be, or, you know, if you are stuck in a rut, you can always do that. But whatever you're doing, make sure you are. So, you know, if you're trying to do this, don't have 7 different tabs open and do this and this and this and this and this. If you're setting out to do one thing, and then work the other. And that's probably the hardest thing, especially for me, because I'm always trying to do 17 things at once, and then, like, nothing actually gets done well. So focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so some things to focus on when you're doing a power hour: inviting, you know, sending your 3 to 5 messages, follow-up, sending out those follow-ups of anybody you've talked to, like, in the last month. Making your social media posts. Try to post 3 to 5 times a day on social media. Instagram I only do once or twice, but Facebook I do. And it doesn't have to be like an extravagantly long thing. Just make sure you're posting something that's going to, you know, resonate with your target market. And then once a day I post something about inviting somebody to join us, or why I love my job so much, or something like that that's going to plant the seed. Personal development. You know, that could be during your power hour, that could be during your drive to work or getting ready. Be proof the product works. So, you know, make sure every day that you're doing your workout. Like, it blows my mind when people put their health on the back burner because they are so busy. Yes, you're busy. Yes, you're building a business. Yes, you have 1,000,001 other obligations. But if you truly want to inspire people, you need to talk the talk and walk the walk, because when they see how you've changed, they're going to be like, why would I not join her? If she can do it, I can do it. And so if you're sitting around and in 2 years from now you look the same as you do now, and not that you need to lose weight, and not that you need, but you need to have like goals, and you need to be consistent. And there's some people that don't need to lose any weight. They already look great, but it's still going to give you an internal transformation by being consistent and, you know, doing it every day. So really focus on that, because, you know, if you need a transformation, do the 3-day refresh right there. There's a 3-day before and after that you can post, and people are going to be like, okay, tell me what you're doing. I want to do it. But really, just the more that you can be consistent in your workouts, that's huge. And that really changed my business, because I was a gym rat and I was a runner, and I didn't do the workouts regularly. I was doing here and there when it was raining or this and that, but it wasn't really important to me because I was good at telling Shakeology and I was good at doing this and that. But when I first posted my first transformation, it was the 21-day fix. So I guess it was March, or it was like end of April, beginning of May, because the first time I actually finished a whole round of something was right before my wedding, and it was 21-day fix. And I loved my results. I was so happy. I felt comfortable, like on our honeymoon. And that was when people were like, whoa, tell me what you're doing. Because before I was always sharing somebody else's. So the best thing you can do is be your own walking advertisement, because people are going to be like, dude, what are you doing? You look so great. Let's see. Another thing is get to events. Like Super Saturday, non-negotiable. Like, they're everywhere. You literally are everywhere, and you can host your own if you want. I've had a couple coaches host their own. I'm thinking of hosting mine in Charlotte this coming time, because I wasn't super excited about the one I went to. So I'm thinking of hosting it. I'm going to get a couple people around here and do it. And if you guys want to come and hang out with me in Charlotte, you can always stay at my place too. So, but yeah, just there's no excuse to not get to Saturday. It's, you know, either free or like $10, it's depending if they had to rent to, you know, host it. And then, you know, Summit is awesome. So for next year, I mean, make it your goal to get to Summit. And I mean, it changed my business so much. And I will go to Chalene Johnson's Smart Success every year. I loved her so much, and that's in California every year. And that's a big thing I do, but it's tax write-off. And, you know, it's helped my business grow every time. I truly feel that she was the biggest reason why I was able to quit my job. I love her hands down. And so there's always different seminars going, and I'll share them with you when they're coming up. But just, you know, make it non-negotiable to go to events at the very least Super Saturday 4 times a year. And if you can't go, maybe, like, I had my best friend's wedding, and that's the only time I ever missed one. Like, one time I finished a half marathon, and I didn't even shower. I came straight from there, like, a little late, like, was sitting in the back, like, stretching because I was all cramping up. Like, it's just something that I know that I'm going to do every single time. We were in Fayetteville last time, and I was like, Matt, you're coming with me. I found one in Fayetteville and went. So just make it something that's part of you. Okay, so then this is Christina Delgado's. What time is it? I got about 15 minutes. And I'll be brief. Christina Delgado, she's the one that I said that she's like the top Puerto Rican coach. She's awesome. She's very down to earth. And she says, keep your business simple. And I love this, because sometimes I feel like I make it so like, oh, I have to do this, this, and this, and this. It's like, no, you need to send 5 messages, follow up, and make a post, you know. So she has some really awesome tips that I want to share with you. So she had 4 things that really helped her with her business and with her coaches. So Success Club. Just know that Success Club 5 is something you should do every month, and that's going to build your business and grow. Because if you want to be a coach, you want to be a coach because you want to help people. If you're not hitting Success Club 5, you're not even helping 3 people. So that is why, and I'm not saying that like you're not even doing this, but like just make it non-negotiable, because it can happen. It doesn't take hours and hours and hours and hours of your life to make Success Club 5 happen. For me personally, my goal is Success Club 10 for me and Success Club 10 for Matt. So I've been doing it for a while, and I have, Instagram is really helpful for me. So don't base it off of me, but just know Success Club 5 is very, very doable if you're consistent. Okay, so Success Club is non-negotiable for you, and I make my coaches know that too. Always have a recruiting mentality. And I love that, because if you want to grow your business, know that selling 21-day fixed challenge packs is not going to be the part to, make you this awesome income. It's good. It's awesome to have extra money coming in, but if you want to really see your business grow, and I know that I posted that picture of how my income has changed, and that's all because of you guys and my team. So the more that you add to your team, like a year ago with our honeymoon, I didn't work at all. I made $200, and that was solely based off of my team cycling bonus. So $200 in a week, and I was pumped. And this past time when I went, it was $800. $800 from what my team is doing in 1 week. Like, that's like 3 times the income has grown, because I've really been focusing on growing my team and helping them duplicate how to grow their team. So just know, if you really want to get to a point where you're like, I'm making some good money, and I love this business, and just know that you have to add coaches. Because the other thing is too, is each coach that you add, think about their network of people that they can change lives. So it's not even just about growing your business and growing your paycheck. Think about how many people that person knows. Like, if I never added Nikki, she has helped so many people, and then she would have never, maybe added you. And you have, have so many people that that you're going to be able to change their lives, Debbie. So it's not just that one coach, it's who they help, it's the coaches they sign on, it's the coaches or the customers and coaches they can help. So it's just this huge pyramid of people that you never had an option of touching their lives. And if you're not sharing with people and telling them, hey, you can be a coach, they don't know. They're not going to just come to you and say, hey, can I do what you do? Like, they don't know that. So you just have to share it with them. Okay, and then duplication. Have coaches find success, so that I can be successful, and then also so that they can be successful. I need, you guys to be successful in order for me to be successful. So whatever I'm doing, I'm going to try my best to duplicate it. If I'm reading personal development, I'm going to share it back with you guys and teach you what I've learned through the process. And I went a long time without doing that, and I was focusing on me, and I just went Success Club points and this and that. And I was diamond for over a year because I wasn't focusing on helping my team. Diamond to 1 star by having people hit diamond. I wasn't focusing on people building their team. I was only focusing on me. So when you're learning things, you're teaching your coaches to do the same thing too, and not just looking out for yourself. Okay, so 1 was Success Club. 2 was always having a recruiting mentality. 3 is duplication, and 4 is stay persistent in those efforts. So everything that we said before, and it sounds so simple, but it is. You just got to do the same thing every day, and even when you don't feel like it, and when you don't have time, make time, because everybody can send 5 messages a day. I don't care how busy you are. You can send 5 messages, even if you send 1 in the morning, 2 at lunch, and 1 at night. 2 at night. I can't do math. You can make it happen, and just keep it simple and make it come from your heart. You don't have to have all these jazzy, complicated scripts or whatever. Just talk to them like you're talking to your best friend, and invite them. Okay, so some things she talked about that are, keep staying persistent. Post regularly. Nobody's going to ask you about what you did 6 months ago or what you posted 6 months ago. So be regular in your posting. Invite people every day. Share how it's worked for you. Share, stories of how it's worked for other people. That's why I updated today the transformation album and Run Pink. There's so many other people that you can say, check out my girl, Erica. Like, you don't have to know that person. You don't have to tag them. Just make a post, and people are going to be like, dude, it worked for Alicia, and look at all these other people it worked for. So, do your personal development, be a product of the product, and then help customers with success. And this is something, again, I was freaking awful at. awful. And I am just now, okay, we got 10 minutes more. I am just now focusing on clients, and it's making a huge difference, because I would sell something to them, add them to a group, and totally forget about them, not check in with them, anything. So like in your binder, write, April purchases, or, 21-day fixed purchases or whatever, and find a system that works for you to follow up with people, because I forgot about people, and I was a shitty coach, and I lost a lot of coaches, or I lost a lot of customers that became coaches with other coaches because they reached out to them. I probably lost 4 customers to another girl that signed on with them as a coach. And it was I was so mad about it, but then I look back now and realize, I wouldn't want to work with me either. You were just worried about finding somebody else and making more success club points. So now I'm really trying to take it back to, I want to help people. I want to help people feel better about themselves and know that a lifestyle change can come from $59.95, So really focus on customers, because then they're going to make great coaches too, because they've loved the support that you've given them. Keep your onboarding process simple. Like what I do, I have everybody watch the Be Your Boss. They listen to Getting Started Right call. I get them into Coach Basics, and then I get on the phone with them. It's just a 30-minute phone call. I want to talk to you about your why. I want to talk to you about your goals, and I want to tell you how to talk to people and how to overcome the 3 biggest objections: time, money, and I'm not fit enough. So that's kind of what I do. And then I want people to schedule a call with me weekly for the first 4 weeks after that, and it's up to them to schedule it. I will not hound you. It shows me who wants it, kind of thing. And I mean, I'll still check in with people, but I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the 3rd time me asking you to schedule a call with me. You have the link. It's in the pin post. Just do it. So, and that's how I am, because I want to work with the willing. Okay. So then she talked about sacrifices, and, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all do. Some people are busier than others, but everybody's busy. You can't look at somebody and just be like, oh, I'm so much busier than you. It may appear that way, but it's just all how you deal with it. Debbie, do you have kids? No, okay. So Alicia has a son, and I know that adds such a huge commitment into her day that I can't even imagine, I don't even know what all it takes. I babysit, but I've never had to, care for somebody day in and day out. So I know that's a huge commitment for her, and she has to, do her time differently. But you have to just build habits. And so Christina Delgado, she was a attorney, and she was getting up at 4:30 in the morning. And from 4:30 to 5:30 in the morning, she made a challenge group, or she posted her challenge groups to check in with her challengers. She did her workout, and she sent 5 invites, and she made a motivational post in her team group and then her social media. And then in the car, she either did personal development or she called other coaches, because most people are driving to work at basically the same time. So actually in the car, to and from is a good time to talk to your other coaches and check in with them and see how you can help them. And then her lunch hour, were either Getting Started Right calls with coaches, or listening to national wake-up calls, or and then making a social media post. And then at bedtime, after the kids were in bed, she was either hosting team training calls or doing some type of training for her team, and making posts, and then going to bed and doing it all over again. And so that's what it takes to be the top. And you don't have to lose sleep totally if it's something that you want to build here and there, but just know that's what it takes. It takes sacrifice, and you decide how much sacrifice you make. But don't think that people that are successful got there because they had a big social media following, or it takes work. And I look back, and when I was planning a wedding and training for a marathon and working full time and doing Beachbody, I'm like, I have no idea how I didn't shoot myself. So, but you look back, and, I feel like you do that with so many parts of your life. You look back and you're like, how did I do that? It just takes sacrifice, and you can make it happen. And so think about, where can you sacrifice? TV, things that aren't making you money. I honestly, I get sucked into TV a lot because Matt loves his TV, but I've told him, I've kind of made it I'll watch 2 shows with you, and I'm not going to sit there and watch hours of TV every night, because it just stresses me out, because I know I have more stuff that I could be doing to bring you home, and I could spend more quality time with you. Okay, so I got 5 minutes. So she says, put 1 solid hour where you dedicate to your business. and find a time, and every day may be different, but find that one solid hour, and it may be 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there. But do it and schedule a power hour. And I like to put my phone on airplane mode if I'm working on the computer and set alarm. And 15 minutes, I'm going to send my invites. 15 minutes, I'm going to send my follow-ups. 15 minutes, I'm going to check in with my challengers, and 15 minutes, I'm going to check in with my coaches. And then I'm going to make a post. So that, to me, has been so huge, and I can do more in an hour that way than 4 hours scrolling through Facebook and doing this and doing that. So that's a huge thing that I do. So some ideas for your power hour, you know, inviting more people, adding people like from Instagram to Facebook or from Facebook groups to, you know, adding them as friends and building relationships, following up with past coaches, with customers, posting in your groups, following up with anybody you've added to our sneak peek group or anybody you've talked to about coaching, and personal development. Okay, so again, breaking it down, be persistent, use your time wisely, and know that you're going to have to sacrifice and figure out where you want to sacrifice things. Because you need to live now how others are not willing to, so that you can live later how others can't. And I love that because, you know, I did sacrifice a crap ton that first, you know, year and a half. And now I can work from home and I can, you know, be a bum all day and hang out with my dog, and other people can't do that because they quit on the way and they weren't willing to do it. Okay, let's see. And I want you to make some goals past like your diamond goal. Like, yeah, you will get to diamond, but I want you to make a goal past that you can really truly work for. Like, you know, for me, my goal is to make $6,000 a week, and that's freaking crazy. And that's like, oh, okay, April, yeah, sure you'll do it. But I know I will. It will take time, but it's a big goal. And like Christina Delgado, she even said like her upline, she told her I want to make $5,000 a week, and she was like, that's not big enough. Go for 10. You know, so, you know, go bigger than you know, I really, truly would be happy with 2,000, but I'm going for 6,000, you know, because I want that big, hairy, scary goals. And then when I reach it, it's going to be a bigger goal. So start small with your goals. So when I first joined, my goal was to be able to make my monthly student loan payment. And so that was about $400, $300. I don't remember what it was then. It's less than it is now, though. And I had some loans and deferment then. But so that was my goal. Start small. I wanted to pay my student monthly loan. And then it was to pay off a big credit card I had, and I was able to do that. And then it was pay for my wedding. I was able to do that. No credit cards needed. And then it was go part-time. I did it. And then it was quit my job altogether. Did it. And then currently, my next one is to pay off my other credit card, which is like $4,000. I don't even know how this happened. It's ridiculous. So that's my next one. And then be debt-free and retire my hubby. So those are big things, but I'm not gonna start and say, I want to be debt-free next month. Like, it's not gonna work. So make small goals, and your goals should always be evolving. And then Alicia, anybody you're talking to, I know you ask questions about how to follow up with people. Make sure they get into the free group. Always, always, always. At the end of every conversation, I'm saying, hey, girl, I got to get going, but I've got a free exercise group. You'd be awesome at it, and I'd love to have you. I'm always looking for more positive people. I'm going to add you and then just check in, you know, daily with us. Well, I actually ask people because some people randomly say no, which is really weird to me. But, yeah, and then add them there. And then on my group, on my binder, I have May free group, and I have their name and the date that I added them, and then I check in with them in like 5 to 7 days. And that's when I start talking to them about their goals, their struggles, and talking to them about 21-day fix. So that's all I got. We've got less than a minute. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope that if you do think of any other questions, just post them in our group, and I'm happy to help you. And I really appreciate you guys getting on tonight. So thank you.
Thank you, April.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye, guys.